Hey y'all, Mike here. Thought I'd give you a quick update on the garden. This here is the Mittleider bed. I pulled all the ends out, they're all drying. We still have collard greens growing really well. Cabbage, I'm gonna pick that head of cabbage. I know it might be a little small yet, but it's pretty tight, and frankly I'm hungry for cabbage. This is the two organic beds. I planted some more green beans, get some wax beans. Those are the two tomatoes I told you about that I found growing inside in the carrots here. So I transplanted them and they took off pretty good. Kohlrabi. I did have problems with worms for a while, and put some spinosad, sprayed it with spinosad every few days for a couple weeks, and I got rid of them. But I still do it probably once a week just to be sure. Here are the regular green beans, and they were really getting yellow between the veins really bad, and I think it was iron, what I call it, iron chillet. I'm not sure how you say it, but I mixed up just a little bit of that with some water, and I put it on a foliar, and you can see that the new leaves aren't as bad. I don't think it's nitrogen because there's plenty of fertilizer in here. I mean, both compost and rabbit manure, and it's working everywhere else. So maybe it's just a little bit of deficiency on that part. Got the peppers. Peppers are growing really well. I've been picking wax peppers like crazy and dicing them up and freezing them. Jalapenos, not so great, but they started putting little jalapenos. I really wish they'd do better than this, but for some reason I can't seem to get them to grow this year. Regular bell peppers. I got one good bell pepper growing on this one plant, even though they're budding. I'm thinking I was having a bee problem, but I'm not going to have a bee problem anymore because I got my own beehive and they're doing really good. Remember the worm problem. Carrots. But I'm really happy about is it's been a really great year for tomatoes. I can't believe how well these tomatoes are doing. Look at this. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tomatoes growing on this one little part. I've had them bud before in previous years, but maybe 1 or 2 tomatoes on that whole thing would develop. The rest of the buds would fall off. Not this year. Every single bud so far is producing tomatoes, and you can tell. See, when these, I don't know what you call these, tendrils or whatever you call them by the tomato, when they curve up like that, that means they've been pollinated. And you can see even the ones that are down here that haven't developed any tomatoes, you can see that they curved up. And because what they do is they fold down if they don't get pollinated and they fall off. You can see these are all pollinated. They still got some more buds up here. This is going to be a really big one. But all these plants are doing oh so well, and I think it has a lot to do because what's underneath this at right about here is a Mittleider bed, and the Mittleider bed is peat moss, sand, perlite, and a couple other things. And what I did is I layered it all in premium compost, and then when I planted the tomatoes, I dug the holes really deep, planted the tomatoes really deep, but before I put the tomatoes in there, I put about 2 cups of rabbit manure in there. I call it rabbit magic. And I filled them in, planted them, and then put rabbit manure around them, and then of course this mulch. And I think that's the whole reason why these tomatoes are growing so well. This is the best so far, best tomato growth I've had in 5 years. I'm gonna knock on wood to see if I get any tomatoes out of it though. And I think the insect netting also helps. It's keeping out all critters. I do have to manually pollinate, but that's all right. It only takes a few minutes. Thanks for watching.